Good morning, students. How are you? We are here. What's going on here? What's going on? How can this possibly be? We're here on time? What? Cannot possibly be. Kind of on time. Good morning. We are here in the early bird classroom, and I still have to get my coffee. And I will get it in just a minute. After I announce what are we doing today, we are starting a new kind of early bird classroom, a new topic. Now, because I'm the only teacher here right now, hopefully not always, I have to try and get all the different subjects in, but you know what? We have our whole lives, basically, right? So we're okay with that. As far as our time goes, nobody's rushing us in this classroom, which is really wonderful. And you want to know why it's wonderful that nobody's rushing us? Because I really think that we are really learning things that we will remember, and especially in this classroom. You know, I think a lot of kids find, something learning, especially memorizing, really, really hard. But you know what? I know that in this classroom, you're made to learn these things. That's what I know. Your brain is made to learn these things. And so learning them might seem like it's a little bit hard, but it'll get easier and easier and easier. And now what are we starting with today? Well, math and science, and a cup of coffee for me, for sure. Oh, I found it. So today we're going to start a little bit with math and not as much with science. And the reason why I needed to start with math, or wanted to start with math, was because I wanted to start with counting, is what I wanted to do. So we're going to start learning to count. Now, for this classroom, am going to depend on you a little bit to learn on your own, to find the things that you love about what we're talking about, and then to kind of learn on your own. And so here's some of the things that you want to try and do as we start math and science, okay? So one thing that you want to try and do is you want to try and find somebody that's kind of going to be your partner in this, okay? So Wednesdays, we're going to start doing math and science, because math is science, folks. It is. And in the meantime, as we do these, I would like you to try and find a partner. And the partner is going to help you stay on track, and you're going to help your partner stay on track, okay? Now, your partner can be somebody who's your age. Your partner can be somebody who's a little bit older than you. You might even try and partner with somebody who's younger than you. But you also might want to think about an adult, okay? You want to think about the best partner for you. Who's going to help you the most? Or are you knowledgeable? Do you know enough to help somebody who's younger? All right. So it's up to you. Who do you want to partner with? Do you want to partner with an adult? Do you want to partner with an older brother or sister? Or do you maybe want to be the teacher and partner with somebody who's younger than you? Okay? So that's something I would like you to think about within the math and science, is who you could partner with. Because what you're going to be doing, we're going to be doing all kinds of little projects that kind of try and get us outside. I was hoping that I might be able to film this outside, and then we could walk around and look at all of the different things in nature that we can start to count. So remember, I brought this leaf up yesterday, and this actually gave me the idea. And I think it's so important for us that when we're walking through our day, that we're not thinking sad thoughts about what we didn't do yesterday or last week or last year or last decade, right? We want to be, when we're walking through life, we want to be seeing what's right in front of our eyes. And you're like, well, Dr. Annette, what else am I going to see except for what's in front of my eyes? I don't even know what you're talking about. Do you ever walk around and like you didn't see what you just was in the room you were just in? Or did you walk into a room and forget what you were in there for? Did you ever do that? Yeah, because you know why? Why does that happen? Why do we go to get something in a room and then we walk in the room and we forgot what we were supposed to be getting? Why do we do that? Because our minds are thinking about something else. They're thinking about the past. And a lot of times, if we're thinking a lot about what happened in the past, it makes us sad. We're thinking sad thoughts. If we think a lot about what happened in the past and wish that we could change it, most of the time, those are sad thoughts. Okay? When we think about what might happen tomorrow, instead of right now, instead of what we're looking at and hearing right now, if we are thinking about what's happening or supposed to happen tomorrow, or what's supposed to happen next week, or what's supposed to happen next month or next year, that makes us anxious, like, oh, nervous. Another word for anxious is nervous. A lot of times when we think about the future, like a test coming up, like that, a lot of times when we're thinking about the future, we're trying to plan for it, right? A test coming up, summer vacation is starting, right? We're trying to plan for it, but sometimes it makes us nervous, right? I'm not in school anymore. I don't know what to do. Am I going to be bored all summer? We're thinking about the future. When we think a lot about the future, it makes us feel kind of anxious, like nervous. Oh no, right? I'm not going to see my friends all summer. I'll lose in popularity, right? So thinking about the future makes us kind of anxious. Thinking about the past. A lot of times when we think about the past, we think about what we could have done or what we should have done, and that makes us sad. And so what we really want to practice especially in math and science, is we want to practice being what we call in the here and now. The here and now. Now, I don't usually like to have people repeat me, especially here in virtual land where I don't even know if you're repeating me. But I want you to repeat me. I want you to say it. Here and now. When we are in the present, we are in the what? We are in the what? We are in the here and now. Here and now. We're in the here and now. That's where we need to be. Not in the past. It makes us sad. It makes me sad a lot of times when I think about the past. You know why it makes us sad? Do you want to know why it makes us sad sometimes when we think about the past? Because there's nothing we could do about the past. Because we can't change it. History. The past is history. Can't do anything about it. Can't change it. Why do we get anxious about the future? We get anxious about the past because we can't do anything about it. And we get anxious about the future because what? We don't know what we could do about it. It's always a feeling of, I don't know what to do about the future. I don't know what to do about the past. But I do know what to do about the present. To be in the here and now. To use my eyeballs and see what is going on. To use my ears and hear what is going on. Because that's science, folks. That's science. Science is using our 5 senses. I need to write that down. So I want to write down some of the things. So it seems like you know what's coming next. So you know what's coming next. I want to try and get these classrooms a little bit tighter, is the word that I'm going to use, so that, no, I can't find my pen, so that you can kind of plan and know what's going on. What are we talking about? So every Wednesday, you knew we were talking about phonics. And now every Wednesday, you know we're going to be talking about math and science. And today, we're going to start with numbers. So something very easy. We're going to start with math today. But I also want to talk about science as well. Not today, but we're just doing an introduction. We cannot get all confused about all these things. And I already have to write something down, and now I need a pen. So, because all I have right here, right now, are highlighters. What is that going to do for me? Okay, so I am going to get a pen so that we can write down our 5 senses. We're going to be learning about our 5 senses, but not today. Not today. Science. That's what we use in order to find things out. To figure things out, we use our 5 senses. Do you know what they are? Do you know what our 5 senses are? You think about that. What are our 5 senses? Well, I go get a pen and I go get my coffee. You think about our 5 senses, all right? We'll do the ABC song one more time, all right? So that I can get my coffee and you've got something to do while you are thinking about what are our 5 senses.
W
I'm back. Took a little longer than I expected. I have my coffee though. Did you remember what our five senses are? Because we've talked about them before. Do you remember our five senses? So we see, sight, right? We smell, we taste, we touch, and we hear, right? So we see, we smell, we taste, we touch, and we hear. And as scientists, that's how we figure out our world. We find out what's true and what isn't true. That's science. We find out what is true and what isn't true. And what do we use? Our five senses. Why do we use our five senses? Because that's how we could measure what's happening. I could measure what's happening, right? I could measure how fast and how far you run with my senses, right? So we use our senses in science to measure, all right? And right now, what are we measuring? What are we measuring? We're counting. So we're measuring amounts. Amounts. I want to put that on our sight word list too. So we are going to still be building sight words, all right? So don't forget about those sight words. I'm going to go switch cameras. There I am. And do not forget that we can make sure that we get all the information that we need if you email me, right? So if you do need to see these sight words, make sure that you are emailing me at my email address to get those sight words. We need to make sure that all through summer, even if we are talking about science and math, that we are taking our spelling tests and that we are reading books that we can read. So age appropriate books for us, right? We need to make sure that we are still building our vocabulary as well, all right? So I've got all of these worksheets for you. If you need any of the worksheets, Dr. Annette, I would like the sight words. You want to practice these sight words. Again, I will be adding them, but don't you worry about it. Right now you have 300 sight words to memorize that you should be quizzing yourself on, right? Every week. It's a slow process, kids. It is a slow process. But you know what? By the end of the summer, you are going to be so surprised at what you can do. All right? Start getting reading lists together. We are really going to be booking through summer, learning all kinds of things. And I promise you that if you stick with me, that you are going to go back to school after summer and you are going to feel so confident about what you know. And I'm going to tell you something. Confidence in what you know, that's half the battle. Don't you go to school, the first day of school, afraid a little bit, right? You don't feel confident when you go to school, the first day of school, right? Wouldn't it be nice if you went back to school and felt confident about what you know? Stick with me. Stick with me. We will be practicing these things. And even though it is a slow process, 3 months of summer goes by so fast. And you will be like, how did I learn all of that? And it doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of adults who did not learn what they were supposed to learn because there's a lot of poor schools out there and a lot of teachers who try really hard but have a lot of obstacles in front of them, right? So, phonics information, I have hundreds of worksheets for you. Dr. Dr. Feravich, F as in Frank, ERA, V as in Victor, ICH, at healthymindbodyspirit.net to get those worksheets, and especially right now through the summertime, memorize those sight words. We'll be adding more sight words onto those, all right? And also the senses. So the 5 senses will be our sight words. I wrote down amount. I don't know why I wrote down amount. But apparently that's coming up as a sight word in case you didn't know it. All right? All right, so moving on now to math. Sorry, we're not going to do... Nope, no ABC song. No more ABC song right now. Okay, so what I want to do for you now is give you some worksheets. Let me see what I... Okay, all right, so number one for today. Here is your summer assignment if you are in 3rd grade or older, all right? If you've never done this before, it's okay. You could be an adult. It doesn't matter what age you are. If you're in 2nd grade, you can do it if you want to, but you don't have to, all right? This is something for 3rd graders and older to do for over the summertime, all right? This is important. I did it in 3rd grade, all right? In the summertime in 3rd grade, and it will make your life so much easier. This is when you do it. The summertime after 3rd grade going into 4th grade. All right? So if you just graduated 3rd grade, this is for you. If you're 2nd going into 3rd grade, you might want to do this. It's a little early for you. All right? So 3rd grade going into 4th grade is when you want to do this. What is it, Dr. Annette? Spit it out. What do you want us to do? I've heard you want us to do something. What is it? I get the age bracket. What do you want us to do? Your timetables. That's what you're going to do. So if you are the 3rd grade going into the 4th grade, or if you've never done it before, now is the time. All right? And you're going to memorize your time. Times 1 is 1. So I don't have our timetables up there. For ones, I probably should, right? You look it up. 1 times 1 is 1. If I have 1, 1, I have 1. If I have 1, 2, I have what? 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 3 is the number itself, 3. 1 times 4,749,673 is that number, whatever I just said. I don't even know what I just said. 4,763,972. Probably not, right? But it's the same, it's itself. So whenever we multiply 1 times any number, it's that number, all right? We have 1 of that number. We have 1, 3,000. So what do we have? We have 3,000. If I have 2 3,000s, I have 6,000. And that's how that works. If I have 3 3,000s, 3,000, 6,000, 9,000. I have 9,000. That's how that works, right? That's how it works. If I have 3 carrots, I have 3 carrots. Did that help? Did that help? If I have 3 carrots, I have 3 carrots. Did that help? I think it did. I hope that you are sufficiently wise now. So there's our timetables. And email me, Dr. Feravich, F as in Frank, ERA, V as in Victor, ICH, at Healthy Mind, Body, Spirit, and I will send you the worksheets with all of these timetables. So up to 12 is what we need to do. Some timetables give you even more. Don't worry about it. You memorize up through 12. That's it. You're golden. You are golden for the rest of your life. You take this time between 3rd and 4th grade, or if you've never done it before, you take the time and you memorize these. And after you're done memorizing them, you're golden in your math. It just is. You'll know multiplication and then you'll know division. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 divided by 3 is 3. All right, so a little advanced for early bird, but this is what you need to get started on since it's summer vacation now. I think you're all on summer vacation now. If you're going into the 4th grade, summer after 3rd grade, you want to memorize your multiplication tables. All right? So I have them all there. And then what else do I have for you? Wait, just wait for it. It's so good. I really worked hard. I got a lot of things for you. See, 12 times 0 is what? 0. 0. 12 times 1 is what? 12. If I have 2 12s, I have what? 24. If I have 3 12s, I have what? 36. All right, so I just add them. If I have 1 12, put it down. How much do I have? 12. If I have 2 12s, 12 plus 12. 24. Okay? So again, we jumped right in the middle of math. We jumped right into 3rd grade early birds is what we did. Memorize your multiplication tables. Memorize them. You get a partner, and you and your partner, and that's what we did with me and my sisters. That's and my cousins. And my cousins were older. And my dad had us. It was a good thing my dad did. He really did. He said we learn our multiplication tables in the summer of 3rd grade. And so we partnered with my sister or with my cousin, and both of us learned at the same time. So this is a good one when you get a partner, to get somebody who also doesn't know their multiplication tables, and both of you will learn, okay? Sometimes we're going to want to partner with a parent to help us read, right? Sometimes we could partner with our friends to help us learn something like math and our multiplication tables, okay? Now, this is a multiplication chart is what it is, all right? And you can see here that I can't, unfortunately, on this camera, I wish that you could see my pointer, but you can't. And I don't know why you can't see my pointer, because I do have it turned on so that you're supposed to be able to see it. But you could see in the far left corner there at the top is the multiplication sign, right? Which is an X. That's an X, right? So you see the multiplication sign. And then right next to it, in the golden rows, golden row and column there, you've got the numbers 1 through 12. So across the top there, you've got the numbers 1 through 12. And then along the left-hand side, you have the numbers 1 through 12, right? So if you go and you take, for example, there's the multiplication sign all the way at the top left corner. And right next to it is 1 underneath it, and then 1 to the right of it. If I multiply 1 times 1, if I have 1, 1, the answer is 1. So when I cross the 1 that is in the column with the 1 that is in the row, I will get the answer for that multiplication. Let's go all the way down to the number 5. Let's go down to the number 5 in the column on the left-hand side. And if you cross that with the number 5 that's across the top there, you will get what is the answer for 5 times 5, which is 25. So this is an excellent way. What's 12 times 12? You could see it right there. Cross 12, find the 12 that's in the left-hand column, and move your finger all the way across the bottom until you find the 12 across the top. And the answer is what? 144. What if I multiply 12 times 9? Now I can find the 12 that is at the bottom of the left-hand column, and I move along that bottom row until I get to 9, the number 9 across the top. 12 times 9 is what? 108. Do you see how that chart works? Do you see how it works? Let's do another one. Let's look at 9. So we're going to go down to number 9 in the left-hand column. And then I'm going to move across the 9 row until I get to 7. What is 9 times 7? 9 times 7 is 63. I want to show you a really cool thing, right? So we know that when we multiply a number by itself, it's that number, right? So 1 times 12 is 12. 1 times 10 is 10, right? We're not adding, we're multiplying. 1 times 7 is 7, right? We know that, all right? Look at the nines column. Do you notice anything about that? Actually, let's stop it. Let's go to the twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, right? So the twos we're counting by twos, and we know, and so that's easy to remember those multiplication tables. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Those are the answers for the multiplication tables for 2. Let's look at 5. Counting by 5s is so easy. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome? So these are multiplication tables that you could already know so easily, right? So easily. 5 times 6, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So pretty easy, right? Look at, we've already knocked out multiplication tables for row number 1. We knocked out multiplication tables for 2s. We've knocked out multiplication tables for 5s. Look at where we're going to go next. 9s. Yes, 9s. Now this only works up to 9 times 9. 9 times 10, it works up to 9 times 10. It doesn't work up past 9 times 10, okay? But all the numbers equal 9. Look at that row of 9s. 9. 9 times 2 is 18. What is 1 plus 8? 9, right? What is 9 times 3? Go down to the 9 and go across to 3. What is it? 27. What is 2 plus 7? 9. What is 4 times 9? You can go across the top if you want to and go to 9 and then move down to 4. You'd get the same answer. What is it? 36. 9 times 4 is 36. What is 3 plus 6? 9. What is 9 times 5? 9 times 5, follow it along. Go across the top to 9. Go down 5 rows. 9 times 5 is what? 45. What is 4 plus 5? 9. What is 6 times 9? Go across the top to 6. Go down to 9. 54. What is 5 plus 4? 9. What is 9 times 7? 63. What is 9 times 3? 36. What is 9 times 6? 63. What is 6 plus 3? 9. What? What? Or 7 times 9. 7 times 9 is 63. I'm sorry, 6 times 9 is 54. Whoop. But see, I really am doing this multiplication tables from memory. I memorized them all. I did. When I was when? The summer of 3rd grade to 4th grade. And then, so you can use these multiplication tables here to memorize all of the answers for your multiplication tables 1 through 12. All right? And then you learn them using this multiplication chart. We did 9s. Let's look at 10. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110, 120, 130. 10s are easy. We know 1s are easy. We know 2s are easy. We know 5s are easy. Now 9s are easy and 10s are easy. That's almost half of those numbers. Look at 11. Look at 11. Look at the answers to 11. What's 1 times 11? 11. What's 2 times 11? 22. What's 3 times 11? 33. What's 4 times 11? 44. What's 5 times 11? 55. What's 6 times 11? 66. What's 7 times 11? 77. What's 8 times 11? 88. What's 9 times 11? 99. So that gets pretty easy as well. Those are 11s. Those are 11s. We know 6 out of the 12 multiplication tables are easy. Easy peasy to memorize. 50% of those are easy peasy. 1s, 2s, 5s, 9s, 10s, and 11s. Oh, is that 7? Hold on just a minute. Let's do that again. 1s, 2s, 5s, 9s, 10s, and 11s. No. Okay, so there we go. So no. 6 of them are easy. 50% of those are easy. That's your job if you're in the 3rd grade going into the 4th grade. If you haven't memorized them at that time and you're older, memorize them. Do it. I don't care if you're 55 years old. Memorize your multiplication tables. That's what you do this summer. Okay? All right. Now, remember that what we are also doing now is we are starting with counting. So here's another job for you to do to help you if you don't know how to count very well. All right? So I've got some worksheets there for learning your numbers and for writing your numbers. All right? So learning how to write your numbers, if you need those worksheets, remember to email me and ask me for those worksheets, right? Let me get put my email address back up there again. Okay, there we go. So again, if you want any of these worksheets, just let me know. So we're starting with learning our numbers. If you're a little bit older, you will be doing multiplication tables. If you're a little younger, we're going to start with learning our numbers. So we're learning how to write our numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then we move on. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So that's where we'll start learning our numbers. All right. So if you have to learn how to count, that's what your job is to learn how to count through 20 and write those numbers as well. Learn how to write those numbers as well. Okay. And then what I want you to do, if that's what you are doing, is learning to count. If that's where you are in this early bird classroom, then what I want you to do is I want you to start finding things that you can count. All right? And this is where science comes in. So what I would like you to do is discover things that you can count in nature. And again, for you to do that, you are going to need to be in the here and now, right? Excuse me. So you're going to have to be looking around for things, right? You're going to have to be using your 5 senses. What are your 5 senses? Eyes, ears, nose, taste, and touch. You're going to have to, and you're going to have to touch, and you're going to have to pull that leaf to you and look at that leaf, right? And then start counting. Start counting, right? No, doesn't it look a little ridiculous? Maybe this is better. Okay, no. Look at what we can count there. We can count the seeds is what we can count, right? We can count those seeds. And these are 2 seeds right there. There's 2 seeds. Here are 2 seeds. And here are 2 seeds. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 seeds in this one leaf, right? Maybe I could put it, see, everything's backwards here for me. There we go. So count those leaves on that, tree. Yeah, no. Count the seeds that you can count. Take time to count things this week. If you are learning to count for the early bird, then go in nature and find things just like I did to count. All right? And practice your numbers. Now, here is a series of worksheets that will also help you with your numbers. And this is an awesome series of worksheets. Even though they're not pretty, you're supposed to make them look pretty. That's what you're supposed to do. And they're all numbers worksheets. So I have 10 summer numbers worksheets for you to do, right? And look at what you're doing. What you're doing is you're tracing the number first of all. And then you are following directions. And so this might be where you need a partner, right? An older partner. Maybe you can't read the directions, all right? And so you might need an older partner. You also might need an older partner to check your work to make sure that you did it correctly. So during the summertime, it's really a good idea. Maybe you want to find 2 partners because sometimes partners aren't very good. They're not very reliable. We can't always trust that they are going to be available for us, right? So maybe you want 2 partners for the summer. Maybe you want somebody who's your age, and then maybe you want a partner who is older than you that can help you a little bit. But look at what we're doing here. Very first thing we have to do is we have to trace the number. So we're learning how to write the numbers. And then what we have to do is we have to follow the direction and color the number. And so now we're learning our color words as well. Let me see if no, I don't have color words up there. I do have another set of color words for you so that you could remember to learn your color words. In fact, I may just go ahead and put it up there. I'm not going to worry about it right now because we have other things that we want to do. So it says, so we're learning our colors here as well. Color this yellow. I couldn't read the second word. Color this yellow. Color this blue. Color this black. So we're learning our color words again as well. This is really helping us with our reading as we move. So reading is helping us in our math. Then what does it say? It says color 6 suns. Color 6 suns. So now you're counting. So you're learning to read the color, and now you're counting 6 suns, and you're following directions again. And the next one, what does it say? It says circle or highlight to identify all of, now we're on 7s, all of the 7s. So following directions, learning your numbers, learning to write your numbers, and even learning your colors. And then at the bottom it says color, and now I'm on 8 watermelons. Color 8 watermelons. Color 8 suns, color 8 watermelons. Now we're on 9. Color 9 buckets, right? And 10. Color 10 ice cream cones. All right. So this will, if you're learning your numbers, this is a great way for you to learn your numbers. This is an awesome worksheet for you to help learn your numbers. Now I want to show you one more thing. Oh, we're late. We're late. And I got to get going because I've got to get ready for my Bookless classroom. I hope I see you at 9:15 in our Bookless classroom. There are some directions. We'll start with this when we come back. But if you're interested in a game and you're learning your numbers, I don't care what age you are, this 3 digits game looked like so much fun. And tell me a way down there that you have played it with more than 3 digits. Maybe you want to do a 6-digit number. I don't know how many cards you would want to use if you're playing with a partner and you're using a 6-digit number. Start with a 3-digit number like they are here and watch who wins. Look at this. It looks like so much fun. You get a series of cards which has the numbers 1 through 9 on them, 1 through 9. And then you play the game drawing cards and placing them in their digit order to get the largest number. This is Dr. Annette Feravich, and I am here in the classroom, and I'm really enjoying our new introduction to, let me get my titles up there. Our new introduction to math and science. Thanks for joining me. I will see you tomorrow where we are back here again finishing. I don't know if we'll get our book finished from Joy Wilt or not. It's over there. I don't need to get it. Handling your ups and downs. We're talking about our downs right now, aren't we? All right. I will see you tomorrow. We've got some questions to talk about with our ups and downs too. Thanks for joining me on this introduction to our math and science. Don't forget though, we still have all the stuff for phonics available for you. So don't worry if you missed it. All you got to do is email me. Thanks. I will be back at 9:15 for our Bookless classroom. We're going to talk about Benjamin Franklin a little bit. Thanks. Bye.